think that was a good preview for us of knowing that there's not going to be an easy game in the ACC. It's a great conference. Every team is going to come in and be ready to play us. We've got to be ready. I didn't think we were as energized as we normally are. I felt like our pace was a little bit off. I think we were practiced that way the last couple of days, and I thought we continued to play that way, a little lethargic. I think, just sitting around the hotel and it's snowing, and I think we just really got sucked into their pace, and we've got to figure out how to not do that in the future. I thought Ace really came ready to play. I thought she was the one person that I thought had a lot of energy and really was on her game. I think her stats showed it. She just kept being aggressive, and I thought Lindsay Allen also really made some really nice plays for us.
Would you tell her a bit? Was that just a shin or calf, something like that?
Cramp. She just had a cramp.
Tell her to stop with the scary moments.
I know. Yeah, she plays better in pain, so I think she's trying to. Somebody's pitching her out there.
What was halftime like?
Halftime was frustrating. I think we were all frustrated. We looked at the stats, and you saw a lot of 1 for something on the shooting column. I mean, everybody missed some easy shots they normally make. We settled for a couple of jumpers, but just really couldn't convert. So I think everybody was frustrated. So we just tried to figure out how we can score and get some easier baskets. And I thought we relaxed a little bit. I think, when you miss a lot of shots, I think you really get a little tense. So I was trying not to make it more tense than it was. And there was a lot of deep breaths to get to that point.
I was going to say, how hard was it to not be?
Last year, and you didn't have many of these, but last year when you had a half like that, you said you didn't even have to say anything. The players took command of that situation. They had the volume and the message. Did you see leadership emerge in the locker room at this halftime? Did they do the things you wanted to see them do in terms of?
I don't know. I didn't see it when I was in there, but it could very well have happened when I wasn't in there. And I'm sure Ace had a few things to say as the voice of the team. So, it may have. Certainly, she was in a good position to talk because she really came ready to play.
You had 4 of the starters play 33 minutes. Was that kind of by design or just the way the game was falling?
Well, I at halftime, I pretty much had decided I wasn't going to sub. I wasn't happy with the bench. Our bench has outscored every team we've played, I think, all year long, and they weren't ready. None of the 3 of them that I put in the game were ready. So I felt like I'm just going to stick with the starters. And then, Ace got the cramp, and then at I don't know what point it was, so I felt like we just need to rest them for maybe a minute each, and went with Madison Cable. But I think the bench was very disappointing.
What kept you from going like a full court type of pressure to ignite things, to get a
Their
momentum
speed.
going?
I mean, our plan was really a sagging defense because they really didn't shoot it very well except for number 5. So we were going under ball screens. We were sagging off because they had great quickness on the perimeter. So we really didn't want to get beat to the rim, which we did a little bit, but we thought if we went up and played them full court, they would get to the basket faster.
Lindsay, this is your first league game of college basketball. Did you notice differences between your non-conference play and playing in a league game?
Definitely. It wasn't really said, but you could just feel it a little bit in the air. You could feel it when you play the other team. It was more of a grind, I would say. It was different than non-conference games.
Jewel, what was it in the halftime locker room, and then what did you do different the second half to kind of pick it up?
Definitely going to halftime, we were definitely trying to focus it on defense-wise and just trying to find some energy somewhere. And I think definitely Hayes was the one who tried to energize us. Personally, I just tried to get it done on defense. Offense was, for me, kind of slow. I wasn't making shots, so I think if I got down on defense, it would motivate our offense.
Was it, when you look back on it, was it shot selection? Was that the problem the first half, or just shots were in and out and just one of those things?
I just think we just weren't making shots. Maybe just we're trying to force it a little bit, but I mean, we'll make those shots. The eyes closed tomorrow, so just get back in the gym and do what we do.
I've never seen you miss an alley-oop before.
I've missed so many layups this year. It's so frustrating, but I'm just trying to get done on defense and trying to get back as fast as I can, and hopefully I get out of the slump.
Do you guys kind of look at this game and say, hey, next week when we play Boston College, we need to just get up a little bit more for a league game?
I think it starts with practice. I mean, we should be setting up for practice every day, trying to make each other better, so it doesn't have to get to, today we're going to do this. It's every day. It builds up, so when it comes to the games, we know exactly what to do.
So, Coach, does this have a scouting report that's going to get through the league now that people are going to watch the tape from this game and start, you know, is this a new trend that they're going to be looking at you guys differently in terms of what they did today?
You know, I don't know. I think they'll look at it and say they'll normally make those shots. When you look at our percentages over 13 games, I think what they did was they used so much clock on offense. I mean, they used so much clock. They didn't want us to score 90, so they were going to hold the ball offensively, even when they were down 15. I mean, they were going to hold the ball. So I don't know that other teams would want to try that, but it was good for us to play in a game like that. It was a little similar to Oregon State. Same kind of feel to it, where they were really going to just milk the clock. So, you know, that's really sometimes the only way you can get us to stop scoring. I mean, we can stop ourselves, or you can hold the ball.
Did they do anything to take away the back door from you guys? And is that a concern, or are you comfortable with the options you have when that isn't there?
Well, they really sagged off the post, so they had somebody standing under the rim a lot of the time to take away the backdoor cuts. And you know, and again, they were sagging off a little bit and giving us some jumpers.
Coach, you kind of look forward to, you know, entering this league schedule. You spend so many years in the Big East, you kind of know what each coach in that league's going to do, kind of getting here and entering a new frontier.
I think there's a lot of anxiety, not knowing. You know, I really would rather know what to expect, and so it's tough when you come into a game like this and think one thing and then see something completely different. So I think we just have to be ready for anything. You know, we really don't know a lot of the teams coming up. We've played them in the distant past, but haven't played them recently. So it's going to be a challenge for us, I think, and it's one we really need to prepare better for.
Jewel, you guys hit like 9 of your first 13 shots in that second half. Just what clicked there for you in that stretch?
Like I said, my defense kind of motivates our offense. I think it's for everyone, and we're just really trying to focus in and make shots. I knew we were not making shots in the first half, but we're just trying to bounce off everyone's energy and use it and work for our game.
Lindsay, one of the few people that was shooting well today, I guess what was kind of working for you offensively?
You know, just providing a little energy. Like Coach said, we were a little lethargic in the first half, so providing energy, you know, playing good defense, and which leads to our transition game, which we're known for.
And then, can you talk about the way you guys were able to pick up the rebounding in the second half and how that helped you out?
Rebounding just if you wanted more. And I think first up we were kind of playing a little soft, just tipping in, not actually grabbing the ball. And I was just trying to keep up with Ace, really. So I think that's kind of what happened.
Coach, a lot of this just seems to come down to sort of attitude or effort, and maybe a little bit. Is that just kind of a lull of a season, and you guys will be fine and use this as motivation in practice?
Yeah, I always look forward to them getting back in the dorm and getting back to class. I think they get on the schedule and they don't have so much free time. So I'm looking forward to next week.
Anything else?
I would just really like to thank the fans. I mean, what a day to be out driving, and really appreciate. God, we needed them. I mean, they really helped us today. So, want to thank the adventurous souls that ventured out to see the game, and really appreciate that.